They let them play into him. It was beautiful. I really thought he did a fantastic job that entire time of playing against Vanquish's weak points. And now we're going to see if Fire and Ice can do it as well, if they can play away from him. But if they fall victim to the trap, the same trap that so many have fallen to, this will be back-to-back losses for Vanquish that I don't think a lot of people saw coming.
Yeah, I know. I definitely did. I kind of had them going all the way towards the grand finals, but I was kind of wrong multiple times during this series. But Acells looking to be right, starting us off hot, gets that double kill, and that's exactly what you need to do after a loss like they just took to Rise. You need to take all that anger, all that frustration, and you need to put it to use here and figure out a way to dominate F&I in the same fashion. Xploidz goes for that boom shot, immediately put down, and you got to think, I'm trying to look, he did kind of have it out, so Fearzly's going to have a temp, but if Fearzly immediately goes down right after, so it's going to be up to Xploidz yet again, trying to get the revive, trying to be the hero, gets the revive, gets the elimination onto Acells as well. 30 seconds left on this hill. This is where you have to be picky when you use this boom shot, how you use this boom shot. If you use it too early for only one of these eliminations and for 20 seconds, it's a waste.
Well, let's see what they do. Precision has got the meat shield. He's pulling into the backside of that hill. Not going to use any of the utility, really. Fearzly's backing all the way up, trying to help his two teammates there. A couple of snub shots out. Got the boom shot in his hand now, looking for anybody to pick off. Precision inside of the juice, has to worry about his back A's because he only hit a couple of them there. Toti with a big kill. Really think he did a fantastic job on that. The bank shot by the boom shot, basically hitting it off that pillar, getting that kill on that backside, and now he's going to go wide. This one player is going to try his best to just rotate around, roadie strafe as long as he can. A couple of Lancer shots come in, not going to be enough. Fearzly now getting some more shots onto Acells, but he's going to go down in this cubby corner. This is a big team fight for them because this is keeping the initial kind of stalemated. They can keep this neutralized, keep this decap for a decent time. That player in the window, though, is going to be a problem. He's going to be an issue. They're going to have to get somebody up into the juice to try to deal with that.
Yeah, they did a good job of backing Precision out as far as possible, but you see the push coming through. Fire and Ice, they have the high ground, they have the shots, and with the great flashes and that window of opportunity, putting out that Lancer fire, they can have what it takes, but Acells gets one. The kill's being cleaned up of Fire and Ice, though. Fearzly falls, going down to a 2v2, but you gotta think Vanquish have this advantage because they're there, but the spawn comes through. Both of these teams have an opportunity of getting sandwiched. Dyslexic knows that. He presses forward. The damage is there towards the backside. He falls, so does Xploidz, so Vanquish will get the last lap on this hill. They're already up 50 points. They got 50 more to go.
They're going to continue to sit down and try to relax in that hill, continue to get some actual fight going in this next one. I'm curious if they can continue forward in this hill. This is a good rotation for them early to the other side of the map. I think if they can get out of here, 30 seconds, it still gives you a double point lead. You're only up by 30 at that point, but I don't know how much utility you want to put forth in this last few moments. Xploidz is going to go inside of the bandstand, pick up some ammo, I believe.
Yeah, he still has the flash.
Still has the flash in his hand. Two members backed up toward the spawn point.
And you got to be very, very aware of when you rotate off of that hill. So yeah, you can go ahead and get that bonus 14 seconds but you would be sacrificing that first early time on the hill, using that time to rotate around the map. Acells lining up what could be a crucial boom shot. He gets spotted out, so they know he has the boom shot in hand. They know he's trying to line it up, and this is where it's going to get tricky. Fire and Ice have to attack towards the backside first, because if they try to funnel in, try to brute force their way in through that front entrance, they're just going to get shut down immediately by Acells, but this one is going to stay stalemated. He gets crossed towards the backside. This is your chance. Boom shot being fired out from downtown. It connects with Toti. They get Fearzly, so they go ahead and anchor themselves one positioning, one side of the map where they're safe.
They're going to anchor the top side of the map, and now Fire and Ice is going to have to fight through the info and through the bottom side of the map to be able to get this next shot on into that hill if they even want a chance of getting into it. Two players all the way at the bottom trying to push up. Here come the other two outside of the info. Xysho first to the fight here. Back A's out. Won't be able to get anything. Precision playing through that spawn. A lot of Lancer damage out. They're just trying to keep everybody's head down, trying to keep everybody stalemated out. Misses the reload, so he wasn't able to get as many shots in immediately as he might have liked to. Still trying to put out damage. Won't be able to get anything going. Fire and Ice floods to the hill. They win a little team fight, and they're going to win some of these points back. Last 20 seconds or so. Precision, though, fighting over this hill, trying to survive. Trades out after a meat shield. 20 seconds will go the way of Fire and Ice to get them to about 60 points in this, 96 to 60. Acells, though, hot and ready to go in that next one. Not talking about Little Caesars. He needs to worry about Fearzly. Flash out onto him. Misses that first hip fire. Tries to hit a little L trigger. He's going to get rolled up on inside of the juice. That next hill's at the bottom. They're trying to set up. It's going to be a 4v3 in the early goings of this. But they have the boom shot again. Vanquish, this is the second time out of 3 times the boom shot has been picked by Vanquish. And Hndles, I believe, has to use it to get one of these players. He gets the stun. He doesn't get the kill. Gets the melee off. Beautiful meat shield. Now has to worry about Fearzly. Lancer fire from Fearzly. Gets the down. Isn't able to clean it up just yet. Misses some big, easy shots. But now the verticality has been taken over by Vanquish. Vanquish has to worry about those players from Fire and Ice coming in from the opposite side. They've got to get the call out on Fearzly and get him out of here. They know that they spawned on one side and that Fire and Ice is coming from the other. They got to get the kill here in the middle of the map. They got to help out Hndles. They've given up the verticality to secure 2 kills and the hill and a little bit more of the point advantage in this one.
Toti doing what he can. He hasn't stopped laying down that cover fire, trying to create some sort of disruption, trying to get these players to kind of make a mistake in their movement, get a cheeky down, and kind of work from there. 2 different 2v2s going down. Dyslexic's going to fall. They get that 2v1. That allows the comfortability to rotate back if they please as they find another elimination. Make that 2 more as Fearzly and Toti go down again. Make it 3. And if you count Dyslexic a little bit early on, all 4 players were wiped without an even retake attempt. Fire and Ice, they're just starting off slow. It's not looking good, but this is the VQ I expected to see in that winners finals.
This is the VQ that everybody expected to see in that winners finals. They've won back-to-back little defenses on these hills now to extend it to a 100-point club. Acells is going to go inside of the info. He's going to have a flank here on Xploidz for just a moment. He's going to have a down. I don't know if he's going to be able to get this kill before he gets absolutely flown at from the spawn. They're going to get that kill in the middle of the fountain. 3v3 maned up. Now Xysho shots over the cover. He's got a little bit of help from Precision inside of the hill. They're going to clean up one more. They got to worry about the 2 players in the middle of the map. Hndles and Precision now on both sides. Going to X him out, and here comes the revive from the info. Shots on, downs, not cleaned up just yet. Precision, 3 out of 4 boom shots in the hands of Vanquish. They are still well off and into the races of this next hill to continue to put pressure on Fire and Ice in map number 1.
Yeah, just take notes of the eye. Oh my God, never mind. Don't take notes. Throw those notes away. I was about to say, take notes of him not wasting that boom shot, but almost causing a blunder. Dyslexic goes down. Fearzly fighting for his life, getting flanked towards the backside. He gets taken out again. Almost gets the reaction shot, but Xploidz shuts him down. Back and forth. The action goes. Acells is going to get that elimination on towards Xploidz, and Vanquish will be the first team to eclipse the 200-point mark. And this is what I'm talking about that I wanted to see. They're going ahead and pushing out, even though they have the control of the hills. They're continuing to find the eliminations. They're staggering out the deaths and making those perfect rotations across the map. And once again, they're beating Fire and Ice to the punch, first to the hill.
Xploidz is going to be mounted up here at the top side. 10 seconds left, and they're getting every last moment of this hill. Xysho is also gathering information about who's across the top of the map. Handles a little cover hop, getting a little aggressive here, feeling himself. Back A gets the kill on Fearzly. That'll shut down the early retake in this one. And by time for Xysho to push across the map, I believe, to try to get back into this fight. An up A from Hndles comes out, misses the melee as he rolls past him. That might be a little bit of a blunder. Let's see if they can answer back right here, because the team fight needs to be won by Fire and Ice. They got to start roaring back into this, or Vanquish will win yet another hill, more points, and possibly the round, because they got enough time on this one to still do it, I believe. Not anymore. 1 second away.
I was gonna say, it just looks a little individual right now. You already saw Toti and Dyslexic taking 2 different fights. Dyslexic just pushing in a little bit ahead of the rest of his team, but luckily for them, they're finding these eliminations. Precision going for a flank towards the backside, putting on some early damage, making sure that hill cannot stay uncontested. Vanquish eclipsed the 250-point mark now. They can win off of any of these hills, not the current one, but any of these future hills at a moment's notice. And what we call it, they're going 4 for 5 onto those boom shot pickups. And if used right, Acells will put the final nail in the coffin as you see the rotation going already, trying to set up for the next hill, which is going to be that neutral hill at the top, the first hill of the game. Back as we complete the cycle, and this is where they're going to keep things tricky, trading off that boom shot to Xysho. That's why he can continue to assert his dominance with his shotgun, with his Lancer, like he's been doing all tournament long.
Hndles is going to get cleaned up here. He's down. 4 members of Fire and Ice alive across the map. The next hill will spawn in about 4 seconds. They've got to get that time to elapse, and they got to get set up. They got to stop this next retake. Incendiary's out twice onto Xysho. Xysho taking up that cover corner. I think he needs to go ahead and use the boom. He gets the stun on one, gets the down on the other. Beautiful job. Xysho cleaning up a double kill there with a boom shot. They have 34 seconds left. One more hold could do it. They're going to have to deal with one more flash and dash by Fire and Ice. All 4 members are going to come off the spawn and fly at that corner, try to get the neutralization. There's the smoke. There's the stun. They're up over the top. They need Marks to get in there. 18 seconds left. Beautiful up A by Fearzly. Gets the down in the middle of the map. Now they have the verticality they need to get a break. Down to 11 seconds in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Fire and Ice, they have to win it. They have to hold it. They have to not fall prey to the same thing Vanquish did and leave it early, because Vanquish is at that point now where anytime you leave left on the clock, you will give up that time needed to possibly win the game.
And on average, they've been leaving about 15 seconds left on the clock for these rotations, so they have to be cognizant of exactly what you just said, the score line, the win condition for Vanquish, which is going to come down to 11 seconds. And they're going to hold on to those scrap time towards the top side of the map, less than 15 remaining. And they're fighting for that next hill as well. They get their spawn point towards the backside, finding these eliminations in towards the juice. Toti gets 2, doing everything he can to keep the Latin American hopes alive for Fire and Ice, as Fearzly's keeping these players pushed up. One down coming through. He's just making sure that Hndles cannot get this revive for free. He's hopping up. He's playing with his food, though. He gets taken out. Hndles gets the elimination and the revive. Toti goes down as well. 2 players of Fire and Ice will fall, and VQ will get their 4th boom shot of the match.
4 out of 5 in the pocket for Vanquish. Incendiary from Xploidz is perfect. The boom shot misses. The boom shot got the stun. No kill from the rocket in the pocket. Xysho is going to mount up and try to just stay in that cubby. The other Incend out of Xploidz, picture perfect, finds yet another kill to help secure more time on this hill. And Fire and Ice are roaring back into this one. They have now only kind of got a differential of 3 team fights in this based on how I would score it. That's what that 140 points give or take is, but that was just a long time to give up to the side of Vanquish. And Vanquish, the longer they keep this neutralized, it's pretty much a no-show for this. It's a no-show for this hill. It doesn't help. It doesn't hurt. It is basically standing here waiting for the hill to start to count down. I like the positioning, by the way, of Toti. Look at that.
Enemy contact.
I think right now is precision. They have the high ground. They're making it play. Only 11 seconds is all they need. They can take fight after fight after fight here. And even if they lose the next couple, it's almost going to take playing to perfection. 2 players are going to go down. 1 is going to be cleaned up. Make that number 2 as Dyslexic gets taken out.
There it is.
Fearzly's going to fall. And there it is, just like you said, the final nail in the coffin. Barring any miracles coming out from nobody, actually, they're going to be nowhere inside. Vanquish close out map number 1. Over 200 points here and being victorious. And that is a dominant lead. And that is the Vanquish I expected to see in that winners finals.
That's the Vanquish we definitely expected to see last time against Rise. Come out with a beautiful map number 1 win. It was pretty dominating, to say the least. I scored it at 9 team fights for Vanquish to 5 team fights for Fire and Ice. That's what you get with that 140, 150 point differential to end things. That final team fight going their way, you could have done it 8-5 if you really want to, but I just, you got to give them that last bout. They threw the flashes. They got in the face of Fire and Ice. They got those last few kills, so you got to score for them right there. But that's a beautiful first map for them. We're going to switch up host now over to Fire and Ice, because now it is going to be, them playing a Swarm on their map picks for 3 times in a row. Vanquish need to find a couple of map wins playing on Fire and Ice's host now in the middle of this series, which is going to be a little bit more difficult for them, I think. I know a lot of people like to talk about online, talk about pings, talk about whatever you want. We go to execution on Clocktower. Yesterday, they get a 6-2 victory. Today, they lose it 6-3 to Rise. That's the concerning thing about me. It's still the Jekyll and Hyde. But the big news line for me in this map number 1, 4 out of 5, maybe even 5 out of 6 boom shots. I couldn't count those last few. I was paying too much attention to the action. But nonetheless, you only give 1 boom shot up, and that's the one to start the map to Fire and Ice. That's just priority right there.
Yeah, but I will say on the side of F9, play a little bit of devil's advocate, not going to throw it all out the window, though. That was a much-earned victory on the side of VQ, but FNI, they haven't played a match today. This is very late into the day, too, depending on where some of these players are located at. So they might have had needed the map number one, a little bit of a warm-up. You get map number one as a warm-up. I mean, you're just sacrificing a 1-0 deficit to try to get as warmed up as possible. On the other side of things, it was, what, 4 straight maps, I do believe, that VQ and Rise kind of faced off with. So you got to think they were able to kind of make those mistakes in that earlier winners finals matchup and then kind of pinpoint in how to fix those mistakes. So you see a night and day team coming out in VQ. They played much more into their play style. They played much more into the aggression and staggering out the depths of FNI. And you got to think Toti, Dyslexic, nobody was really able to kind of heat up and consistently take over the game. I think at most Dyslexic had 20 kills.
And that's what you got to do. I mean, we saw it last time where, how do I put this? We saw it last time where Vanquish was having their top slayers shut down. Acells and Precision weren't getting the same kind of kill, the same kind of value for each of their team fights that they normally do. And they end up losing pretty handedly. Now Vanquish shuts down Dyslexic. They keep Xploidz under wraps and they get shut down. It's a 154-point victory for them.
Yeah, to me, that's just a lopsided match. Talking about FNI needs to warm up. I feel like they need to kind of warm up on almost all occasions. Their shotgun shots, they need to warm up their teamwork because there were a few moments there. I don't want to say they looked a little lost, but they looked a little discombobulated, going in, trying to take individual fights, trying to be the hero, saving a fight that's kind of already over. On the side of Vanquish, you know, they played a very, very similar matchup against Rise, a team that was just as aggressive, if not more than this FNI squad. So they're already kind of figured out, and you got to take into effect they're playing on District again, a map they already kind of have that warm up. And just kind of take note, it was Rebel. It was 300 to 275, that map number one victory over Fire and Ice yesterday, to where Fire and Ice was then able to heat up, backdoor sweep the series with the next 3 straight maps. And that was almost something similar against PK, but it was PK who took that check out execution, but it was a hot start from FNI. So already I feel like FNI, if they don't heat up really fast here in this Clocktower execution, you can see Vanquish go up 2-0. They're gonna have all the confidence in the world, and you're gonna see an FNI that is going to play a little more desperate than you'd expect.
I'm going to be curious to see this as well, because we know that FNI historically has favored some sniper pushes to get the sniper in the hands of Xploidz, whereas Rise was more than happy to play the stalemate game. Do you see Fire and Ice coming out early and trying to pick the sniper and allowing Vanquish, if they want, to set up with Lancers, try to get those downs and outs, gets those damage, maybe get somebody up into the grill after they get it down to try to finish off one of those kills? Or do you see Fire and Ice trying to play a little bit slower now? Do they realize the error of their ways? Because that map one, they played into what Vanquish does best, and it did not look good for them.
Yeah, in my head, I feel like Fire and Ice is going to have to come out aggressive. They have to make Vanquish kind of like, I don't want to say scared, but kind of expect to push time and time again, whether that's for the sniper, trying to go for those downs, trying to just brute force across towards that back pillar to get the eliminations. I think the key for Fire and Ice is to show that map number one was a fluke. I don't want to say fluke and kind of mean it, thinking Vanquish who had a fluke victory, but in their heads, they have to believe that is the case. Going over to a round-based game mode, I will say they have that extra cushion we talk about a lot of these other teams, where if you lose a round, you can brush it off. You have a few seconds to think of a new strategy. Think of those adjustments, whether if it's a minor adjustment, a few inches moving here, a utility grenade to the right instead of the left, or massive adjustments, spreading out the defense, going 2-2, trying to get those frag grenades, because that was a huge strategy, a huge part of the Rise success.
I still think everybody can take a page out of Hunting Season's book, figure out some extra wrenches to throw into the game plan on execution. You don't have to continue to play stalemated up. You don't have to continue to show the same hand every round. You might be able to throw a team off, sneak around in here or there, and take away like a 6-5, a 6-4, whatever it might be. But we are loading into execution right now. It is going to be on Clocktower, as you see the beautiful fly through. As we get ready to roll out of spawn once again on this map, we're going to have to be able to see how both teams decide to play it. Because one of the things I think is very interesting for this next matchup is Precision is actually going to go in for those nades immediately. And Fire and Ice is slow to the retake up top. Fearzly will have the sniper. Can they get these nades up there early enough to get the shots on or get the kills on him? First nade, I think, was thrown. He did throw one. He didn't throw both. So one frag is in the pocket still for Precision. But they did come away with a first blood.
You can see Precision. Normally you'd see kind of spread out down low, go for that extra fire weapon. He already has the frags. They don't want to give up this position. They don't want to go ahead and stretch out their defense and give up a possible push attempt, especially if you can get checked with the sniper, as Fearzly is just looking for any opportunity. Frag going out, unable to connect. A down coming through. He misses the body shot, misses the check, and Hndles goes for elimination. Hndles gets taken out. Xysho's going to fall. Fearzly with the team kill though, and he goes down immediately after. And there the pressure is being felt by Dyslexic. 1v2 situation, dead to rights, Precision, all the confidence in the world, doesn't back down, finishes that elimination off in 1 minute and 4 seconds. Vanquish comes out on top, but that was looking definitely a little scary.
That was definitely scary. That had to get shaky hands for a minute there because they started hitting bricks there on that back pillar. Beautiful job by Fire and Ice firing back in it even after losing that first player. We come now to the second round where you'll see Precision and the boys from Vanquish roll out of spawn yet again. Looks like Precision's going to go straight to the top, and down low Hndles will now take the 1v section. Dyslexic is going to go inside for the frag grenades. Dyslexic will have the pick on them as well. Ooh, is he going to go for the cheeky throw? He does go for the cheeky throw. Up through the corner. Won't find anybody, but it got him out of position now. Acells will get tagged up just a little bit. Not going to be able to do much in this situation. They're still looking for Dyslexic and another possible nade throw from the bottom. Nobody able to push up. Both nades used. Both nades gone. Hndles, though, behind the van down low. That's a dangerous spot. The verticality on Dyslexic will keep him pretty much staggered up inside of the nade section. Acells might be able to catch some shots onto him if he looks just over the cubby corner, but I'm not sure if that's going to help at all, or if he's going to put himself in a bad position. How much utility? Precision still has a flash.
Xysho.
No, but that's it.
Wow,
Precision and Acells.
No,
Precision,
all of
Acells,
VQ.
Xysho. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, they got everything.
All of VQ. They didn't use a single flash, and that's telling because they just stopped F&I. They stopped the player from going down low. They were able to dodge both of those frag grenades, getting tossed up top, leaving them with almost nothing. I think Toti is going to be the last member of Live with that flash grenade, or should say the last member here with a utility. He throws it across towards the line, gets a crucial stun, allows those players to kind of go towards the line. Dyslexic gets that first down onto Precision. One more down, and he is going to be out of there as Hndles gets that down onto Xploidz. They're returning. They're retreating. F&I's going down left and right. 2 players are down towards the back pillar. The revive's coming through. Dyslexic gets eliminated. They're trying to do what they can. Flash grenade going out. Fearzly falls as well. It's up to Toti here on towards this host spot. He gets the elimination onto 1, but still, he's in a 1v2 situation. You see Xysho trying to go for the angles, but no opportunity is going to be given. You got to expect Vanquish, yes, to play the hill. They're going to get close together and deny any opportunity with those shotgun shots, but great attempt coming through from Toti overall.
Beautiful attempt by Toti. Really put on his best effort right there. Wasn't able to get it to go. That's going to be 2 rounds won back-to-back by Vanquish. And Vanquish now looking to continue to build on this lead here in round number 3. The next spawn point for that final overtime hill is going to be between the 2 vans down low. The truck and the van, excuse me, just in front of the balcony on the bottom level of this map. So if the initial doesn't really hold up for either team, it'll be curious to see who moves into that position first. This is the first time both teams have stalemated out, and they're going to bring Dyslexic up. They're going to go for the overload up top. They also are going to bring, it looks like Hndles is coming up top. It's going to be a full 8-man spread up here. Precision goes down. Quick revive off onto him.
That's 2 down, straight for Precision. One more, he's out of there, and that's why you got to pay attention. Acells is just trying to time that revive absolutely perfect. He doesn't want to revive Precision in towards his death, throwing that flash just in the nick of time to get the revive and save Precision's life. And now it's a 3v3 on the line with both players back pillar kind of matching each other, and it's going to be a little bit of a chess match. Looking at the utility, and Vanquish this time around has used everything on the side. You got Xploidz, you got Fearzly, you got a down coming through. Quickly revive, back into the fight goes Dyslexic, and this one has been stalemated beyond belief. The shotguns over the top, a little bit of crossfire. Colin, what do they need to do?
Somebody's going to have to take a chance, and it was Hndles. He gets the kill, but gets down twice, and then Xysho picks up 1. The first blood is for Vanquish. They get 3 straight in a row. Dyslexic, he's going to throw his hat in the ring, and that's going to be it for this round. 3-0. Vanquish will be up and halfway to home here in map number 2. Looking to take a 2-0 lead over Fire and Ice. This is the kind of thing that worries me for Fire and Ice. Will they frustrate them? Will they bait them into the fight now? Because so far, Vanquish has been hitting absolute bricks on people. They have really been laying them to waste. They've done a fantastic job here. to win this matchup thus far. They win map 1 off of CQC. They're winning map 2 off of CQC. Can they finish it off? Can they polish it off with 3 more rounds here in map 2?
This time around, you see Dyslexia not going up top, trying to match Hndles down low, at least a little bit. And the position Hndles is at down low, he's going to be seen going up top. Same cannot be said for Dyslexic if he kind of hides his positioning. You see him going up top. They're going to have 3 players down towards the line. Flash grenades, smoke grenades towards the backside. Xploidz, they're trying to get Fearzly, that sniper. Toti goes down. He's going to get first blooded. Xploidz falls. Fearzly falls as well. It's up to Dyslexic yet again. 1v4 situation. 3 of them staring down the barrel. Xysho is going to turn him lights out 4-0. Vanquish is just dominating the opposition of Fire and Ice, and it's just showing that it doesn't matter what they do. If you play passive, if you play aggressive, if you go for the sniper, they are there and they're matching them every step of the way.
Sit down.
Hopes of Latin America going out the window.
What just happened is illegal in 42 states? I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to say about that one.
What about the other 8?
They're like Nevada and stuff, so you know they got some they let some stuff happen, dog. They let some stuff happen out there.
I mean, that's where I'm from, you know what I'm saying?
Let some stuff out there, let some stuff go. I mean, I'm just saying, we got some thunder and lightning here in Virginia. We got a thunderstorm brewing, and right now the only person bringing the pain and the thunder is Vanquish in this matchup. Flash out over the top, gonna go for the stun on Xploidz, won't be able to get it, but gets him to change his priority for just a moment. Stacked up here, 4 versus 4 at the top of the map.
2%. Acells living with 2%. Almost goes down with 2% again. This time, it's going to reach 0. Hndles pushing up. He's trying to make sure that he checks them, forces them back, not let them go ahead and push up towards that middle pillar to get Sniper, to go ahead and get another down with the Lancer. It's going to be very, very important here, as well. A lot of these downs are going out the window, but the case has been when Fire and Ice gets the down, they down Precision twice, whatever it may be, they try to push up for the elimination, and that's when Vanquish strikes. It's almost as if they're baiting them in to make a bad move.
They're trying to frustrate him, and again, that's what they're fighting against. Whenever you play Vanquish, I feel like that's the moral of the story, is you cannot get frustrated. Acells with the down on Dyslexic. The up A comes out, double shots by Xploidz. Beautiful job. They get the down, but they don't get the kill. They answer back. First blood again over to Vanquish. Now it's a 4v3, saddled up. Nobody's in the position to get the sniper rifle. Looks like they're going to rotate 1 player out of the fight. It looks like they're going to take Acells down to the bottom and possibly go in for the nades. Maybe even a flank, and Acells might get called out here. Dyslexic gets called out, gets tagged up a little bit. He doesn't even have the chance to go in and get him.
Yeah, that was nice cross over the top. I do believe that was precision. Kind of watch him. Now Acells, you see that they're funneling so far back. They're either going to go for this next overtime hill in 15 seconds, which is going to be towards the top half of the map. And it's going to be tricky here. They need to watch that player on the line, which is Dyslexic here. They're going to throw those frags across, making sure those 2 players can't get a free cross into the hill. They're all going to get into the hill, so it's up to Dyslexic to be the hero. Play's going to break down. 2 grenades going out. They actually check Dyslexic as well. Dyslexic falls. They're trying to be the hero, and Vanquish get the elimination and the hill capture simultaneously. 5-0. 1 more round away from shutting down F&I and going up 2-0. They want their rematch against Rise. They want to keep their hopes of being a repeat champion alive.
Good gracious, good God almighty at this point. Dyslexic has no kills.
Uh-oh.
I really want to say something troll, but I'm not. I'm not going to do it.
I would say let him live, but Vanquish didn't let him live.
Pittsburgh Knights Dyslexic coming in hot.
They can't fall for this again. They cannot fall for this again. They get the first down on a precision. But if they keep going in to try to finish off those eliminations, it's costing them the grenade towards the backside. That one is going to connect with a down. Second one going in. That could get a double kill. That's exactly what Dyslexic needed. Make it Colin eat his words. Double kill for him. 5-1 is going to be the scoreline. Vanquish still have a commanding lead. It's going to be perfection on the side of Fire and Ice. If they're looking to take this map, it's going to be 6 straight rounds in a row that they absolutely need here against this squad. Otherwise, 2-0. And you almost got to think that's his lights out.
Make me eat my words, brother. You know he's the best sub in E-Day's history, except for you. Except outside of you, he's the best substitute player in E-Day's history. Don't even go there with me. He's got stats on his side right now. but he does not have the round count on his side. Precision is going to throw a flash way back in the back. Going to go for the hop. He's going to drop all 3 players. Going to push up toward this long shot of Acells. I don't know what this round was, but it was hilarious to see. I mean, that was amazing. I've never seen somebody jump off a cliff faster than Vanquish did right there. Oh my God.
Let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance. But that's the thing. You give them an inch, they will take a mile. 2 rounds in a row. This is where it's going to get tricky. Yesterday, I was talking about Vanquish throughout the course of their clock towers. Hndles was going down low. If they do lose a couple more of these rounds, or even the next one, I got to expect Hndles to try to press down low. They don't want to give up those frag grenades to Dyslexic for free anymore.
Yeah, they're going to check him down here. Good little mark right there. Dyslexic just matching up with him.
Try to fake with the mark. You saw that? Little stutter step.
I saw that. I'm not gonna lie to you, like there is a hella thunderstorm outside right now. Like it is like I can't hear anything like outside of my headset. It's you or thunder. That's all I hear. And it's starting to like mess with me because I hear something explode and I'm like, ain't nobody picked up frags yet though. Like what's going on?
Yeah, but that was Hndles. Yeah, so on that right hand is the good side for F&I when it comes to, you know, playing down low. Dyslexic got spotted. He ran immediately towards the top, so or at least faked it. That way he can try to bait Hndles to try to make a play for a nade. And since he stayed down there, he would try to get that Lancer damage, but it's not going to be the case. Nobody biting on anything just yet. Stalemated around the board for both of these teams. Who's going to make that reward? High risk, high reward play happen as Vanquish 1 round away from closing out, going up 2-0. Fire and Ice, 2 consecutive rounds under their belt. Slowly but surely trying to take it round by round, building up that momentum on towards their side. They don't want to go down 2-0 in maps overall, and that's exactly why you're seeing this stalemate situation. They don't want to be the first one making the move, because the last couple of rounds, or at least the ones that they lost to Vanquish, they get that early down onto Precision. They try to push forward to get the elimination, and it costs them. Vanquish is just baiting them in, and Hndles is the one that makes them pay.
Fearzly rolling around back pillar now, just trying to get marks. He's trying to find this little sneaky angle onto Precision. I think you can see his hand maybe. Trying to just slide a bullet through there once or twice, try to get it to a point where he could get an easy shot on. Not going to be able to get it. He's not going to give it up. 10 seconds to go before the hill will spawn. I see 2 utility nades, 3 to, oh my God, there it is. Flashes, smokes, everything. Everything on God's green earth. A quick push into the hill. Xploidz gets to walk it to him on the first player, but he gets the cap. He gets the cap. He stayed alive. He only went down. They got the retake 3 rounds in a row to Fire and Ice.
2 different players from VQ. They're just simply trying to stay alive. That's what I'm saying. It was both Acells and somebody else on the side of VQ. They were hovering around the bubble, around the hill. They take a step back instead of a step forward to reset the hill, and they would have got that elimination on that player and had a massive man advantage towards the very ending. That's what I'm saying. You give them an inch, they will take the mile, and that's forcing an audible out of VQ. They're going down low, trying to get the grenades into Precision's hands. The aggression coming forward. First down coming through. Xploidz gets the sniper. Now he needs to get out alive. Chain revives coming through. 2 grenades towards the backside. 1 goes down, and there it goes. And clean up with the frags. Xploidz falls as well. Todi's down, and that's a 4v1 situation. It's all up to Dyslexic. The hopes, the dreams of map number 2 rely on you as you're continuously trying to minimize the audio cues from coming through. You're trying to make a sneaky play, but these players just have to split up in 2 different 2v1s and take the man advantage, or just simply bait the hill. So unfortunate.
Dyslexic is going to be holding that cubby corner. Just trying to find anybody he might be able to sneak right here. He wants to try to get a quick kill in this moment. Try to keep pushing forward.
Like, how many can you sneak, and how fast can you do it?
Hey man, he's trying to be Sam Fisher for a hot minute. He's just trying to Sam Fisher himself around the map. That's all. That's all he's trying to do.
Yo, if Dyslexic
you don't
wins
get
this,
that reference,
I'm a little bit Splinter Cell.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. I see.
I see. I didn't really play Splinter Cell in terms of how the game should be played. I was one of those people that played multiplayer and hide and seek.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever makes you happy.
It did. I
love how all of BQ, they're playing prop hunt at this point. This is what they're doing. They're looking around the whole map like, what happened? Where did this dude go?
He's around here somewhere.
He tried to fix the King Raven and fly out. I'm telling you, that's what he tried to do.
We're going wabbit hunting.
Ooh.
There's no way.
What?
He's gonna lose this, obviously, because the hill down low. He doesn't even get the kill. Precision with reaction time through the roof. EQ is gonna close out map number 2, 6-3 in dominating fashion. And right now, F&I, they need everything. They need a miracle. They need your guys' energy to come back into this one, because down 2 maps, they haven't shown anything so far up until this point. So hopefully, with this quick commercial break, Fire and Ice can think of something to come back, because before you know it, Vanquish have a 2-0 lead. Don't go anywhere. We're going to see the conclusion of the losers finals right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the mid-split playoff. We're in the middle of a losers final between Fire and Ice and Vanquish is up 2 maps to none as they go into escalation. What are your thoughts about this thus far, Jacob?
Honestly, like I said in that last one between Rise and Vanquish is playing like a shell of themselves. They found themselves. I don't know if they were given a treasure map. I don't know if they got a guide. I don't know what happened, but they definitely have recollected during that downtime. And now the same could be said against F&I. Ever since that grand finals appearance during that last major, I felt like they've upped their game. They found it within themselves really to kind of contend and compete for a championship. But after these last 2 maps, I don't know what I'm seeing out of this squad. They're playing like a shell of themselves, but very, very similar, like I said, deja vu from that last match. It's the aggression from VQ. It's really disorienting them. It's disrupting their game plan, and it's not allowing them to get aggressive.
Not allowing them to get aggressive the way they might want to. Do you see that there's hope, though? Because Fire and Ice is the same squad that came out of that all escalation major we had a few months ago. Same exact squad. Do you see that as a tipping point for them where they might have a chance in this one simply because they've been playing together on escalation much longer than Vanquish has?
No, it definitely is something to kind of take note of. Overall, they do have it, plus a round-based game mode to where you can get aggressive. If you do get caught out, you have that cushion for the next round to try to kind of let it pass through. But to me, the biggest thing right now is they're not playing like they're sure of themselves. They're not going ahead and staggering out these deaths. Even though it's much easier to kind of do that on a game type like Control, it's still a objective-based game type. You can force them back to spawn, especially with this respawns being like 12 seconds for individuals. They just need to continue to stagger out these deaths. It's simply not enough nowadays to kind of get those 2 kills, let those 2 players survive, especially if you know where they are. You almost have to hunt them down. You almost have to figure out where those 2 eliminations are and continue to leave them in a 3v4, 2v4 disadvantage throughout the entirety of the game. Because if you notice, especially in that first Control match, it was Vanquish that was doing just that, not allowing them to push up as 4. The scoreline was so massive towards the ending portions of the game, they were getting desperate. They were individually going in trying to save it.
Well, let's see if they fall for the same things. Let's see if they will fall for the same things here in Vasgar. It's a map that these 2 teams, I almost don't want to count how many times these teams have played Vasgar against one another. Early in this one, Vanquish is going for the overload at the B hill. They're going to leave Acells in a 1v2 over there. They're going to start to try to rotate Hndles back over there to try to take a 2v1 back at the home hill. Hndles down. Dyslexic is going to throw that flash. You see Acells just trying to poke back and forth, waiting for a little bit of a motion, a movement that he might be able to take advantage of. Beautiful first shot, little pellet there on Dyslexic for the second one. The flash out back won't get a stun, but Jacob, this could be very interesting because the winner of this might be able to take round number 1 for the entire squad.
And it's going to be a defining moment for a team like VQ, or not VQ, but F&I, who's been struggling up to this point, is getting outclassed by the members of VQ in almost every department. Slaying strategy, teamwork coming through. Dyslexic being forced back. A double flash, targeting out Fearzly. He goes down. That hill is going to be decapped. They lose the neutral hill, though. That's going to come at a cost. Precision doing what he can. Gets out Xploidz, and he's continuing for a moment there to stay alive. So they lose 1 hill, gain another. Now they're getting their own home hill threatened. Dyslexic does go down. The only shining hope right now for Fire and Ice is that's their spawn point. They're going to go ahead and be able to kind of spawn back up and capture this neutral hill and then make a retake attempt on their home hill in just a few seconds. As soon as Dyslexic spawns.
I was going to say, they're going to go for a full, what, 3-4-man push over here? It's got to be a 4-man. They're bringing Toti all the way back in. They're going to go for 4 men into the C hill. They're going to give it up to Precision's over to the other side. He's going to be on that B hill, and look at the team fire coming out, just absolutely shredding them in that instance. Precision has made it over to B, and now 3 people are going to train their way over to the B hill to try to take out Precision. Not sure if they know where he is. Shot over the top, has to worry about getting pinched out. Goes for the up A, doesn't get it to go though. Won't even get the reaction. Toti's going to be there. Finish that player off as soon as he gets in. A hill getting threatened momentarily. Beautiful job by Fire and Ice in this round number 1. A bunch of kills come through, even with a team kill though. They're going to threaten this triple cap domination and possibly this round.
Yeah, I think Xploidz took a 1v1. I do believe it was against Acells. They got that back corner positioning. So that way when they won that fight on the neutral, they quickly rotated over. They didn't have to start from square one. And in this first round, it's going to be Fire and Ice through rotations and eliminations. Great plays and great execution to take a 1-0 lead. And even though I don't think that was enough to kind of build momentum, to kind of convincingly think you have the confidence to take the next round, but it's a start. And you got to start somewhere here.
You know, I really thought that they might be able to rotate Precision to that upper echelon ramp to shoot across at the C hill to try to help them out. They gave up all the angling right now.
Both talks going out. And even though it was Rise is the one that kind of threw it out against VQ. Do you think either one of these teams have it in their game plan to throw the shot grenade center line or the instants?
I would say instants. I always favor the insta-give. I mean, no matter what, the shocks are great as an AoE and blocking off a lane or a sight line, but I just think having the chance to get an absolute insta-give is just way too big. Fearzly got a kill. He won across the map with a Boltok. Good job.
Now he's going to cause the defense of VQ to kind of back up and try to deal with him. Hndles goes down. I don't know where that crossfire did come through from, as you see it right there. Xploidz and Toti just lighten up the defense of Vanquish, forcing that rotation to come through. They're going to get themselves a double scoreline, almost triple here in a few short seconds. So it's going to be up to Vanquish here. Luckily for them, this is still the early portions of the match. They have a ton of time to get the information, figure out where the players are set up at, and then kind of put their troops into the spot for a retake attempt. And it almost looks like it is going to be home hill to home hill. But as I say, that Xysho trying to move up and get that positioning away from what looks like Toti and Xploidz set up at the bottom half of the map.
They don't have a way back into this, and this is what we were talking about with Fire and Ice having that advantage in this map because of the fact that they're the same team that just played that all Escalation major. Vanquish is really struggling to get comebacks against Fire and Ice, and Fire and Ice is a little bit quicker to the rotations. You see him sending 3 players over to the C hill now. Fearzly's already mounted up, Boltok in hand, 2 shots onto Acells, a 3rd body shot connects, and Fearzly's gonna go straight for the down. Bloodthirsty as ever, and that was just a brilliant play by him. He knows they can't take attention away from the other players, and they take advantage of that fact, and now Fearzly off to the races over to B, trying to mount up this possible triple cap domination here in round number 2 to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, even though they can win off of this point total, I said these guys don't want to get content. They don't want to turtle up. Precision goes down, but he's able to kind of trade off and get one. Xysho goes down as well. 2 hills to 1 yet again. You see Xploidz trying to back up. He knows he has a player on respawn that's going to help him in just a few short seconds in Fearzly. So he's going to just sacrifice the hill for now, knowing that win condition is still intact with that neutral in B. But you see in your minimap 3 players starting to make that push for VQ. One last attempt, 10 seconds to make this one be a successful attempt to come through, and both of those players fall, and that's going to be a total team wipe. And Fire and Ice have woken up in map number 3. They go up 2-0 over VQ.
This is what they need, though. They're going to continue to win this map, I think, pretty convincingly. I don't think Fire and Ice is going to drop maybe even 2 rounds on this if they do drop 2 at all. This might be a dominating performance. This is their doorway back into the series. I really believe that this escalation right here in the middle, it breaks up the monotony a little bit. It gives them something they're a little bit more used to. It gives them a chance to really reset. And I think this is what they needed. This is the exact moment they can come back into this series. Retro's out for both squads, so now you're going to have a lot more damage output. No chance for the insta headshot out of the double act or the active double shot from the Boltok. We come here and Vanquish once again going for the overload over at B. I'd like to see Vanquish maybe pull the trigger on a big power weapon after placing out an incendiary. You go down 3 rounds, you need something to change the momentum, need something to change up the style of the play. Already, though, Fire and Ice is at the home hill. Big flash out by Acells. I believe he got one down already with the retro. He's full red. If he gets pressured, he could go down. He is still full red. He needs to keep his life. But look at Fearzly again on rotation. Fearzly absolutely massive for his team. Back-to-back rounds. It's going to buy him a lot of time. It's going to buy him the home hill and the rotational flank. This is looking like it's 3-0 quite quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah, they're just looking stuck. They pass out right there. Precision goes down. 3 players trying to capture that hill. Off of respawn, Acells is going to get a touch. I do believe he's going to get the break as well, keeping his team alive. He goes down. Hndles quickly with that revive. The damage there. Down number 2 is there. Acells has to be careful. One more down. He is out. Back onto respawn. Dyslexic doing what he can to stay alive. Gets the mark. Gets pressured and approached by Acells. He gets that elimination, but I talked about 3rd down and you're out. That one is going to be it. Fearzly finds the elimination in the nick of time to trade off with the down of Dyslexic. Neither one of these teams will have a man advantage overall, but this is where VQ, they have a 3v2 on this side of the map. Make it almost a 3v1 as Fearzly rotates down low towards the bottom. The break is going to come through. 1v1 on the other side of the map, and that's won by Vanquish. They get 2 big victories, and that hit 2 hills as well. A 3rd in just a moment on the neutral hill, so Fire and Ice have to spawn up, and they have to take control of one of these 2 selections.
Big back out of Acells trying to get that B hill to go in their favor, but they're going to get the 2v1 there, solidify the B hill, and now that they push back over to C, big first shot out by Xysho, but he gets caught by the respawn player of Fire and Ice, and nobody's there to help him enough to get the down, to get the revive off. They get 1 kill. They get a 2nd. Here comes Toti trying to make something happen. Here comes the 4th. Picks the meat shield. He still goes down to the shot. Dyslexic, last alive for his squad, trying to make this happen, trying to fight back into this instance. Hndles roadie strafe, almost good enough, but not yet. Finally comes through. Hndles finishes it off. Triple cap domination is stopped for a moment at the C hill. My goodness gracious, what did we just witness? A 4 versus 4 that went top for top, shot for shot.
I can't believe they even got it to get the break. That looked like it was fully captured for that moment from Fire and Ice. Doing a good job of keeping this game alive. They're down 20, but all it takes is 1 team wipe. 1 convincing team fight. They can steal this round right back up and go 3-0 with a fight coming through. Toti only gets the trade. Fearzly there in the nick of time, but he needs the decap before he can get the revive. He backtracks and lets that one come through, but I think the damage has been done. Overextension towards the top side. Precision wasting a massive amount of time towards the bottom half of the map. Vanquish is finally on the board here, and that could be what they needed to kind of get back on track after those first 2 maps.
That was a Herculean effort for Vanquish. I really believe they had to come through in a couple of different spots, and one of the big ways that they had to come through was right there at that home hill. I'm not sure what the thought process was where they continued to wait to pick those meat shields, but the fact that they did continue to wait absolutely won them that fight. It kept allowing them to get shots on to that next player, pick the meat shield right in front of him, use the melee, try to get a couple of stub shots to maybe get that next down. That was a fantastic final fight by Hndles to get the roadie strafe, get the 2nd shot to get the kill, but Fire and Ice, they got to be feeling it a little bit right now. They need to come back here. They need to get another dominant initial under their belt.
Bar is going to be down. This is where it's a little surprising to me to see with Fire and Ice having this good side. They're not being aggressive like they have been so far. Trying to go for that M-bar, trying to go for that power weapon, but what's not going to slow down is the other side of the map. Dyslexic has a shot lead over Acells, but slows down just enough for both of these players to get their health back. Acells trying to side roll, take the high ground. He's going to disperse. Both of them trading off in these hills. It's going to be about a 1, maybe 2-second lead going over to Fire and Ice here for just a few short seconds. It's going to be a total of 4 here as the hill is going to be capped up. The only one scoring points, but Acells going for more. He's going for the team play. The back flank, getting the down onto Fearzly. Unable to get the cleanup, but it's spreading out the defense. 2 players are down. 2 players are out. Make that 3. Last one alive is going to be Fearzly. Triple cap domination could come through, or at least an immense amount of pressure could be felt if VQ can go ahead and disperse here. They're not going to go ahead and get the home hill of Fire and Ice, but they get the power weapon, they get the setup, and they're going to get that 2-to-1 hill advantage.
We're gonna have to see them hold it for a little bit. Look at the quick rotation by Fire and Ice off of respawn over to the home hill. You're gonna see Hndles there by himself trying to hold court. He's trying to just play a little secret man, trying to wait in the wings. Acells with the M-bar, won't be able to find one. Finds the body shot on the second. Quick kill onto Hndles though, will open things up at the C. Now the A hill is getting 2v1. They're trying to make it across the map into that home hill, trying to keep the point advantage for just a moment. Acells trying to find this body shot, rolls off to the side, goes to the up A, gets it to go on Xploidz, and now we'll look across the map, looking for these marks. Beautiful shot onto Fearzly across map with the M-bar. 2 more players in the area shooting up towards Xysho. They're not going to be able to do much of anything in this instance except hope to find a kill, but Acells, he finds one first. Triple cap domination threatened. Now it's up to Xploidz. It's up to his teammates to rotate back to the home, try to make this happen, try to stop another triple cap domination and a 2-2 tie going into the second half. Here comes Hndles, trying to be the savior, puts the Superman cape on, flies up against shutdown, kryptonite in the hands of Toti to get that kill, secure that hill.
And Acells, though, will continue to keep the man advantage intact onto their side. Gets the elimination on his selected. Just a few pistol shots. Goes for the elimination. Xploidz turns around. Gets that big kill for Fire and Ice. That's going to net them that neutral hill as well. And you can see the rest of the team. They know that fight is won on the other side of the map. They're trying to backtrack, get themselves in a position so where they can use their team fire. They can use their cross. They get one elimination. They get the second down on the precision. Hndles once again trying to make something happen, but he gets shut down. 3 players have fallen at one point or another. And now they could be going for a triple neutralization for just a short moment. This is what they need. They have not eclipsed the 200-point mark yet, but as that hill is going to be captured, they still went off of 1, but only a second of separation between these 2 teams. This is a 249-250 finish if it goes the distance.
Acells gets another M-bar, but he's full red. He needs to get somewhere where he can get a teammate. Looking for a big body shot there, but he gets back A to somebody in the area to help him. It's going to be precision. Shot out, back A's, gets the kill onto Acells. No more M-bar. Precision gets 1 damaging shot, but won't be able to get anything else. He's going to rotate around, get the kill there onto Dyslexic. 2 more players in the area. C-Hill going into the favor of Vanquish, and now they need to get the B-Hill back to be able to secure this. Fire and Ice has won the home. Fire and Ice has won the home. It's going to be up to Toti. He's going to have to keep this one neutralized for as long as he can to try to get some help to get another decap on B. Acells, full red, not down. Now he's dead. Oh my God, this will go to the last if it has. But you see the fights being won by Vanquish on the opposite side of the map. That will wrap it up. 2-2. We go to the second half, all knotted.
This is just amazing. I'm glad I got a front row seat into this action as Vanquish have answered the call, like you said, tying it up 2-2. Big weapon is already down. Mismatch in the weapons. You got to think on the side of VQ. They're going to upgrade that one towards a shock grenade. They were the ones who placed that M-bar down, and now they have the good side as well. They can go for a quick pick onto that M-bar, throw some smokes, try to create that disruption and get out alive. You've seen how deadly these players can be with it, but on the other side of things, since they didn't put that big weapon down, they're going to be the first one to put this Bulltalk down, upgrade it to a retro afterwards, and could possibly be the first team with the incendiary grenades, but only if it goes the distance. You've got to think the blocks are going to play a role sooner or later. This is going to be a must-win initial for both of these teams to get themselves the momentum into the second half.
Here we go to the second half. M-bar still out at the B hill at the tank. First half mid-neutral. Precision rolls up into the hill, trying to get that positioning, but they roll over to the backside of the tank. Flash back out by Precision, trying to get a stun. He's going to be full red. Can they get up over the cover? They will get the down on him. Quick revive out, trading out downs, trading out kills. But the win will be for Fire and Ice thus far in this map. Hndles will be at E. He'll be able to stall this round out because of the fact that nobody challenged him over there. Fire and Ice put all their eggs in the basket on the opposite side of the map.
Trying to look right now, seeing the information all around. Split is going to be Vanquish. 2 towards the top, 2 towards the bottom. I do believe that was going to be a headshot from Xploidz with the M-bar. He's going to halt the defense, make that number 2 as he connects with Acells. And you see the split coming through. They want to go for that triple cap domination as you see Toti rotating around, trying to backtrack from the hill. And once again, these players are separated. This is where I see in this situation, Fire and Ice need to continue to stagger the deaths, because if they go down, they're going to let these players get back up. And there goes the elimination. What is a man advantage has now been evened up by VQ. They get one heal back on the other side of the map, about to capture their home as well. They got a 40-point deficit to overcome, but it's definitely possible the way this one is going.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. They're going to have to get over to the E-Hill, maybe try to stack up a little bit more defense. Body shot missed on the opposite side of the map. That's going to be Xploidz. 2 more shots in the chamber for the M-Bar. 3 players for Fire and Ice mounted up here at that cubby corner, looking through that little opening where that church bell used to hang. Flash out towards Xysho. Here comes Precision, holding the box as best he can. Toti's going for a wide flank. He's trying to get on the 90-degree. Xysho picking up a kill on Fearzly. 2 more players in the area for Fire and Ice. A lot of damage being put out, but no downs just yet. Beautiful shot by Xysho as he bounces off the cover. Now Dyslexic went up top, tried to get the Lancer into the area. Won't be able to get it to go, and it's going to be up to Xploidz to make something happen on the opposite side of the map, as they now have lost the point lead, and he's going to have to pressure up onto Acells in a possible 1v1. They are not pressing the triple cap domination. They'd like to get this in the bag here with a 2-to-1 hill advantage and take a lead 3-2.
Already got doubled up. F is being decapped. Elimination coming through. Xploidz trying to make the play. He goes down, but it's going to be traded out, and they get the capture towards the back end. Win condition going back over. Less than 30 seconds remain in the round. No matter who is victorious in the end, it's coming down to the wire. You got to think Hndles is going ahead and locking down that neutral hill, but he needs to go ahead and try to find a way to press forward. He can't go ahead and bank on his team winning the other side of the map, but I might have spoke too soon. 2 big eliminations coming through. The decap is going to come through, and the capture as well. Vanquish, first round into the half, goes down to the wire. Only 15 seconds really separating these 2 teams. They take it and go up 3-2.
So real quick, we played 5 rounds. I've got it scored as Fire and Ice probably winning 4 of those 5 initials right now, but 2 of those initials that they've won, where they've had a point lead of 40 points or so, 2 hills, and now it's going to be up onto a retake of Vanquish. Vanquish has caused 2 collapses here. So I definitely believe that Fire and Ice need to find a round here. They need to find it quick. This is round number 6. This is one of those swing rounds that we always like to talk about. Will they be able to get anything going in this one? They started out hot and heavy in the last couple of rounds. They need to be able to convert at least some of these kills. Xploidz starting to miss shots with that M-Bar does not do them any favors late in that last round.
Which is crazy because he started off pretty big with it. Turn the tides at a moment or another, but when your back's up against the wall, that's what the people remember most. That last play, the game-saving play, whether you're clutch or kind of let that one slip through. You see the aggression on their bad side. Vanquish with a perfectly thrown shot grenade, creating separation. They are able to take control of the backside. Toti gets down and out. They have all 4 players over, so a big audible for Vanquish in this round. They want to take control of that M-Bar, and they're backtracking just in time to try to save their home hill. That's going to be handled in a 1v2 situation. Gets the down onto Fearzly, and he leaves him. Dyslexic leaves that player down, tries to go for the elimination. He gets 1. He gets 2. Dyslexic goes down, though. He's unable to get it. He only gets 1. Acells gets the revive. That could be detrimental towards the ending portion because they have 2 hills. They have Acells with the M-Bar, and they could set up to farm these eliminations off of respawn.
Let's see what Fire and Ice does. Last time Fire and Ice mounted up a 3-man retake over at the E-Hill. Failed at it. They had to go for the home hill at that point. Smokes out deep. Now they're going to push in 3 deep to this home hill. 1 player playing back toward that E. M-Bar just revving up, trying to find somebody to take a shot on. Beautiful stutter step there by Fearzly, playing a little bit of a damage game with precision. Body shot out from Acells, gets 1. Body shot from Acells, gets 2. Acells on the flank, gets 3. F-Hill right back into the favor of Vanquish. Beautiful job here. That started to look like a Fire and Ice retake if I've ever seen one. They got a lot of damage early, put a lot of pressure onto Precision, but Precision pushes up to try to get the 4th and final kill in that hill, and now they've ended up losing that positioning. They're going to rotate all the way back. Hndles is down. He's going to crawl around, unsure what they can do in this situation. Xploidz has been hit by the M-Bar. He's now down. Hndles is going to get shot, or excuse me, Acells is going to get shots over the cover. Here comes Precision back off of respawn. Mid-neutral is going to go back over to Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice did a beautiful job there. They baited him into the respawns. Beautiful kills there. I love what Fire and Ice is doing in this round to fight back.
Hopefully they don't bite off more than they can chew. All 4 members again, just like that initial. They're trying to brute force their way over. Toti was able to get 2 downs and gets the cleanup on the side of Xploidz. I do believe that might have been number 3. That might have been an ace for Xploidz. A little bit of help towards the backside, but teamwork makes the dream work, as once again we are tied up at 3 rounds apiece. Fire Nice has definitely woken up here in map number 3, and hopefully it's not too late as they trail 2-0 overall in the series.
What a beautiful round by Fire Nice. I love that fight back into them. As soon as they saw precision inside of their spawn, the extra little bounce out of Toti kept himself alive up against the vending machine long enough for everybody else to Lancer out on precision, and then they did not slow down. They might have stutter-stepped, but by God, if they weren't in 4th gear, Fire Nice flies across that F-hill. They get right back into the tank fight. They get a lot of damage out. They get a lot of shots on, and they get a great couple of kills, a quad feed, you said. So I have to believe you. I was too busy, mouth agape, eyes wide, looking like I just woke up to a robber in the house, baby. They stole that one away, but that was a beautiful round, all tied up, best of 3 for Fire Nice's tournament life at this point. Because Fire Nice, they lose this one, they go home, they're done. Dunzo, zilch, none, nada. Fire Nice have to fight off Vanquish.
That was an opportunity to get a big elimination onto Toti. He had his Lancer out. Wrong weapon, wrong time, but it doesn't matter. They get the angles, they get the eliminations, and they get the 2-1 along with the M-bar as well. A hot start for Vanquish in this map. This has been back and forth between these 2 teams. 2 to Fire Nice, 2 to Vanquish, and then 1 apiece since then. So if anything is going to come down to Vanquish, it would think this is their round to win. Towards the side, Xysho misses a crucial shot, but it's not going to be too worrisome as both of those eliminations looking like they're being picked up. But I might have spoke too soon. Yet again, a saving effort coming through from Fearzly, getting the down onto precision, getting the revive onto Toti simultaneously, and they go ahead and get those 2 hills under their control once more, but that one's going to be short-lived.
Xysho's over here. Beautiful body shot onto Xploidz. They know that he's hurt. They got to pressure him, I think. They got to keep him damaged. Yeah, they do. They go ahead and do it. They get him down. They're going to try to clean him up as well. E-hill in favor of Fire Nice, or of Vanquish. Vanquish having a fight over the F-hill now. Multiple members. Fearzly being the first to the fray. Precision with a beautiful back A. Gets the down. Now the shot's on the 90-degree. Toti will get shut down from the opposite side. Beautiful little flank by Acells. Dyslexic has to worry about 2 different members. Xysho moved up to the hill. M-bar in hand. He's rotating out. He's forcing players into the cubby, into the area of death that he could take shots on easily. Beautiful job. Xploidz with the up A. Gets 1. Shut down by Acells. They're going to try to finish this off right here. Here comes Toti. He's been the savior quite some time, but it doesn't really matter. Fearzly has won the E-hill on the opposite side of the map. Fearzly trying to buy some time for his team, but with a 2-1 hill advantage and eclipsing the 200-point marker shortly, this is going to get that much more difficult for Fire Nice.
Yeah, they got to start taking the kills over hills, but Xploidz gets shut down. Dyslexic back to respawn. You boys go. 40 seconds left in that one. I was about to say it's going to be chopped down if they do get this cap to come through. There goes 1 elimination from Toti, dodging the instant. Massive play opportunity. Big shots being fired off. Traded back and forth. Precision almost going down, but he gets the last laugh. And Xploidz gets that elimination. He gets the down, but the hill, it gets cleaned up. They get the top, the neutral hill, so they still have to go ahead and decap 2. They have less than 10 seconds to do it, but they're only going to reach 1. So Vanquish will go ahead and answer back round after round, back and forth. Punches being thrown between these 2 teams. They are now on map and series point, 1 step away from not only closing out the Losers Finals, but getting their rematch against Rise in our grand finals.
A supreme round number 7 for Fire and Ice. They're going to try to, or supreme round number 7 for Vanquish, excuse me. Fire and Ice has to fire back. Fire and Ice has done a fantastic job round in and round out, getting hit in the mouth and trying to answer back. They've got to muster that up 2 more times to take this to a map number 4. They've got to figure out what they got to do to get Vanquish flustered, just like Rise did. Incendiaries placed out, and now you're going to see Fire and Ice probably block something out. I think they're going to go for the disable early in this one. I don't know what else you do.
I almost think you almost want to save it. You almost want to save it, but you can't look too far ahead because, yeah, you want to save it for a round number 9, but first you got to make it to a round number 9. And so Fire and Ice will be able to kind of play this one out. They have that good side advantage and that lock going out. This is obviously a must-win round. You lose this and you are out of the tournament. 3rd place. Quick pick for Toti onto the M-bar, but nobody's backing down. 4 players over there for VQ. They're trying to get Lancers over the top. They're trying to clean him up. Xploidz does go down. As long as Toti stays alive, that's going to be okay. As Fearzly gets one, forces a team kill onto another as he tries to line up that shot with the M-bar. Toti with only 3 more into the chamber. They get that early 2-to-1 hill capture. And if you look at the bottom side of the map, they could try to go ahead and capture these players out of position onto rotation as well. Almost.
Beautiful shot out by Toti, trying to get this kill. There's the one that actually gets the body shot in the down. 2-to-1 hill advantage might go over to Vanquish if you can see them trying to decap this E-hill. Acells bouncing around, staying alive as long as he can. Xploidz, though, it's a big brick onto him, gets the kill. Now he's going to clean up Xysho. They're going to move right past him over to the D-hill. Only one player in the area able to fight it off. It's going to be Precision. Precision a little unsure of where he needs to be, rolling around pretty frantically, trying to just delay this next fight. There's the triple cap domination starting to ring through. Acells bounces in, tries to get something to go. The incendiary will stop anybody else from getting into the hill in time. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, round number 9.
Everything on the line here. All the blood, sweat, and tears for Fire and Ice. And it's only just to extend the series to go into a map number 4 on the other side of Vanquish. They wanting to close this one out. They want that rematch that I spoke about against Rise. They will advance any one of these 2 teams with a 1-0 deficit in the best of 9 gauntlet. Yeah, I said that right. A best of 9 going down between these 2 teams, and I said it last round, the lock going out, answered back from VQ, but they get a sniper on the other side of the map, so it's not all with the eggs in one basket towards that end bar, so these teams are going to have to figure out what they want to do. Last round, VQ set 4 over, but this round, it does look like it's going to start off with a 2-2 split.
It's going to be a pretty neutral 2-2 split over here because both of the utility grenades are going to be in the hands of Vanquish off rip over toward that sniper. Acells tries to poke out momentarily to get somebody to bait the shot. Hndles has the incendiary. Hndles is up top. I think Hndles has a chance to push that player off of that box with that incendiary. I'd like to see him try for that. Instead, they're going to push him right back. Beautiful job. Incendiary over the top. Doesn't get it to go. They don't get anything to happen just yet. Shock will stop them from getting into the area. Acells is not able to pick the Lancer, but they do get the cap on the E-hill.
Yep, you see both of those players backtrack. Hndles going ahead and once again reclaiming that high ground. Round number 9. Advantage early on goes over to VQ, and you can see the pressure. They're moving up, trying to take inch by inch on towards this positioning, and this is where they're going to go ahead and try to separate the members of VQ, force them back, and they did that. Toti goes down, though, on the other side of the map, and that's going to open up the home hill to home hill advantage. The pressure can be felt. Decap coming through, Dyslexic. He cannot stay for the capture. Fearzly doing absolutely what's necessary towards the top side to get that elimination on the Vanquish, and now they found a new hill they can call their own, and they absolutely need it. That's going to be their new home hill for now. Xploidz takes a big end bar shot, goes down early on, leaving the pressure up to Toti to find these eliminations on their home hill. He falls as well. 2 players dead on the side of F&I, so the 2 hills are going to go over to VQ plus a 40-point lead.
And it's only going to get bigger as time goes on. 2-to-1 hill advantage, 2 points to 1 point every single second. Sniper in the hand of Dyslexic, looking for the head of either of these players to try to give a quick haircut to. Misses the first shot. 3 players for Fire and Ice in the area now. Beautiful snub shots over the top. That's going to be Xysho getting back into the fight now, pushing forward into the area. Xysho, though, answering back. They get 3 straight kills to shut down the offense of Fire and Ice. Fearzly will be last alive for his squad over at the E-hill just to try to make this happen, just to try to buy time, to buy any kind of inch for his team, but they need a mile at this point in the game.
Inches are not going to be enough anymore. Toti is able to get that down onto Hndles, but Fearzly goes down, wasted a ton of time on multiple members. You see 3 players. They're not staying for that capture. They can't. It almost has to be kills over hills, but somebody is backtracking. Xploidz. He's going for that capture late in the game. That is a little ill-advised. Hopefully, it works out for them as they get that 2-hill capture, but it is going to be a triple neutralization that is necessary for success. They're both split up on the side of VQ and F&I. 2 different 2-2s going down. Last shot in the chamber, unable to connect with Fearzly, so that's going to be the hope, the dream that they need here. Just less than 15 seconds remaining. Both teams getting stuff. A flank towards the backside coming through from Toti. Fearzly full red. Precision is going to be the first player going down. He's not out just yet. A flash towards the backside. Just a second to get in the hill. They get in. They get the break. They're going for that triple cap domination with a team on Fire and Ice in round number 9 have taken it and forced a game number 4.
What a fantastic round number 9 by Fire and Ice. They fire back. They win it. They finally come through. As ill-advised as the time was for them to go back and get that hill, I kind of like that. It was very ballsy on their part. They said, we're going to mount up one last push. It's going to be 4 versus 4. You're going to have to kill us one more time. You're going to have to win this fight one more time, and they come away with a victory, and it was absolutely beautiful to see. I don't know if the utility was misthrown. I do know that Hndles went for an up A there at the bottom of those stairs, misses that, which causes him to get killed. But that was such a gorgeous fight by Fire and Ice. That final fight really showed what they're made of. It showed the heart and the determination that Fire and Ice has. Now they go into this control. They gotta be feeling good about their chances. They gotta be feeling great, because I believe they're going back to a map they're a little bit more comfortable on. They're going back to Regency.
Yep, and you got to think they have the momentum onto their side. That last-second effort was huge, and they kind of converged. I talked about it being 2 different 2-2 setups going through, and it was Toti with that Lancer fire. Got to imagine the amount of damage dealt throughout the course of that match. He got the down on the precision. Once you get that down with the amount of stakes on the line, the pressure that's being felt, it almost makes you feel like you have to do something. And in that situation, with precision going down, they had to figure out a way to make a play. As soon as those players got in and got the decap, it was basically over. The eliminations were bonus, as that one was now so far out of reach. And these replays, man, these replays are just going to be phenomenal. Back and forth, round number 9, clutched up by F&I. And this is where that amazing play, Colin. You lost your mind over this one.
No. I was losing my mind over that one. I was going to tell you, I was trying to do my little stats right here to try to give it to you. In that map, 5 initials won by Fire and Ice to 4 initials for Vanquish. Vanquish, though, has 2 retakes on those 5 initials. Fire and Ice, 40 or 50% of the rounds that they won, or 50% of the rounds that they lost the initial on, they got retakes on. That's the difference maker. That final round, that round 9, was based on the fact that they needed a triple cap domination. They needed a retake. They get it in a final fight. Fire and Ice showing what they are made of. That is the heart of a champion. That shows me that if you got to win a best of 9, you got the gusto, you got the stuff. It's deep down in the cellar, and you better find a way to start bringing it to the top.
And just these plays after play, it didn't even matter. Like I said, on both sides of the field, this is heart. This is passion from each and every one of these players, all 8 of them. You can count the coaches as well from I do believe both of these teams. So this is going to come down to if Fire and Ice can continue to build that momentum. We've seen how map number 1 went. I do believe the score was 300 to 146 in favor of VQ. They toppled over them time and time again. They got 4 out of 5 boom shots during that control. Hopefully, Fire and Ice can make some adjustments. They made the adjustments necessary in terms of their aggression, in terms of how they want to play the map, and now they have to make the proper adjustments for a game mode like control. You don't only have to be aware of the hill, you got to be aware of the next rotations, and you have to be aware of those power weapon pickups, because like I said, 4 of 5 went to VQ, and that makes their job that much easier.
That final fight, both times I've seen it now, I'd like to go back and probably rewatch it one more time. If you want to know what the soul... Do what?
I said with the sky view, right?
I would like to see a sky view of it, but I can't. So, what I'm letting you know, the soul of Gears right now was in that final fight. One-chambered M-bar shot. You're getting overwhelmed by the swarm forces. The COG is trying to make one last stand at that E-hill. They miss an M-bar, final chambered. They overthrow a shock so that it doesn't block the opening. It only blocks a little bit further into the side. So you could actually get up on the wall and up A around the wall to get into the area of the E-hill. Not a great utility usage. Not a great M-bar shot. The swarm overwhelms into the E-hill. They collect 4 souls of fallen COG soldiers. And I hope somebody comes along and finds those tags in the sand, because that round 9 was won off of one single heart and soul fight by Fire and Ice. That is what Gears Esports is all about. It's what it will always be about who wants it more and who's got it deep down inside that can bring it up at any given moment and make it happen and can push their will, force their will on another human being to win a round, a match, a game.
And I'm gonna need it again. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the fallout yet again for you guys in chat. You guys need to start giving Fire and Ice your energy. I need to see the chat spam F and I kind of blow through the roof for just for a short moment, not throughout the entirety of the match. For this short moment, you need to give them your guys' energy here because they made it, like you would say, a Herculean effort to go ahead and take that map number 3 away from VQ, going down to a round number 9. That is going to be the wire. After coming up short in that map number 1 control, they have their work cut out for them. They're going to be able to start this one off with a little bit of momentum, but we know how Regency plays. You have to be precise with your teamwork, and that is going to be the biggest important factors in this game.
Regency.
Oh.
Regency is the map for map number 4. Precision and Xysho working together at the hill. Big body shots, getting some downs, getting some kills. Now a shock grenade in hand. Fearzly will have the M-bar up top to be able to fight back into this to try to get some of these points toward the latter half of this first hill.
I'm not going to say by any means Fire and Ice sacrificed the hill to get the power weapon. That's just seemingly what it looked like, but Toti getting that elimination on towards Xploidz. Might have been you know what? This is sportsmanship. This is sportsmanship. We don't know what happened, but just judging by, you know, both of these teams getting that elimination, I want to say it was sportsmanship. Maybe a little bit of lag out going down, but Fearzly, he's kind of geared up towards the rides. I don't know. The show will go on, though, in the end, Colin, but Fearzly's going to have that opportunity. I see an M-bar kind of shine throughout across the map. Lands the shot. That's going to be a down onto Precision. Hndles was cleaned up a little bit earlier on. Precision finally goes down. Acells, seemingly always the anchor, the thing that his team needs. He's just not there at that moment. He won a fight across the map as you see both teams trying to extend, both teams trying to take control of the new hill, but it's going to be Fire and Ice who already claimed that spawn point at the bottom.
You've got to get Fearzly to get rid of some of these shots now. He's got to be able to miss 1 or 2 of these. He's got 3 left in the chamber. It's what came back to bite BQ with the final seconds of that fight. And now you'll see 1 shot ring out from a couple of times. The utility's coming.
Bar's going out.
Comes the shot.
The 3 shots in the chamber. They're getting stacked up. Collateral possibilities coming through. Trades and eliminations, but the final effort, Xysho going down, that's going to turn the tides. But Precision not going down without a fight. He gets the down onto Fearzly. Lands a big shot onto Xploidz. That's going to be 2. Possibly going for 3 as he lands another big shot onto Toti. But he's in another 1v2 situation. Gets the reinforcements needed. Acells is there. They're pushing those players back, trying to go ahead and maintain that positioning in the hill because they know they don't have the spawn point. So Fire and Ice, even though they lost a few players there into that fray, they get the spawn point. So it's only going to be seconds before they're back into this fight.
Yeah, they're going to continue to push into this. This is going to be a push and pull, a tug of war. Vanquish has to come away with a bunch of kills unanswered. Precision goes down, and he was the saving grace last time they had a team fight. Here comes Xploidz pushing into the fight. He's going to get another kill. Acells will finally get bled out there on the ground. Xysho falls as well. Trade coming through. Fire and Ice will win the final 25 seconds, if they so wish, of this hill. Hndles, M-bar in hand, is rotating over to the next hill. Does he trade that off? You gonna leave that with hand? All right, babe. Okay, all right. you got Xysho and Acells, but if you want it, you got it, baby. That's all you, big dog.
I think it's more so positioning and how they want to play the map. Because I do think putting that shotgun in the hands of Acells is kind of a defining factor. He's just been going off time and time again. You got to think the same with the M-bar as well, but he gets 1 from the grave, sacrificed himself. Toti goes down, not letting those grenades go on over, but 3 men going ahead and overextending towards the top side. Fire and Ice have a few seconds of a man advantage. They're going to go ahead and claim the spawn point, but Vanquish knows they're not going to find themselves getting eliminated. They want to hold on and collect as much time as humanly possible.
Positioning from Precision is going to get a lot of damage on these players as they come out toward the hill. Beautiful job by him. He did miss. That's a misroll. There's no way that's not. That's a lot of. That's too much damage for you to take in that position when you're just trying to stay on that 90 degree. Tries to go for the up A there on Toti at the very last second. Vanquish moves back into the hill, maintaining a 60-point lead. Coming from the backside, it's going to be Xploidz along with Toti. You're going to see Hndles all by himself, trying to find any shots on. Even a body shot would be good, but he finds one head. It'll be Xploidz. Acells pushes in. He's going to get taken down and cleaned up. 40 points left in this hill. Gets it to 103 to 70. Curious if they would be able to get the rest of this time. If Vanquish is going to try for any kind of retake here. 2 players moving in. Toti's a little red, not down or dead. Moves up, Acells with a big back A. Here comes the decap. Beautiful job by Vanquish thus far. Dyslexic hit with a big bunch of shots. They're going to get the last few seconds if they so wish to have it. Next hill, going to be top middle, but Xploidz has the M-bar. Fearzly has the shocks, and Precision has to see that respawn. What are you doing, big man? You strong. You big strong in the shoulders, but why are you pushing it to respawn right now?
A couple shots from Hndles. That makes him pushable for Precision on the other side, fighting for that positioning towards the hill. Possible next M-bar as well. 2 downs from Xysho, immediately revive back up. Xploidz actually was able to get out with that M-bar, unable to connect with 2 of those shots, but the third one is the charm as he connects with Acells. Gets a big shot on the Xysho. He cleans him up, even though he gets taken out. He makes sure that M-bar is out of play as Hndles trying to stagger out these deaths. Gets an elimination onto Fearzly. You see 3 players spawning down low towards that Rose Garden. Acells gets those frag grenades, but the deaths are being staggered. Hndles going out, frag grenades being launched out for that moment, unable to connect with anything for a short moment, but I do believe he might have one more into the chamber on the side of Acells as they're fighting tooth and nail to keep themselves alive. He gets the angle towards the top half of the map, but just very, very detrimental there for that moment that his teammates did go down. That would have been a great angle for Vanquish to possess.
That's a great hold for them in the middle of the map on the neutral hill. That is beautiful. Now you're going to see them lancering out toward the backside. I think what you're seeing is them trying to set up for that next hill. They're going to push in, go for a little decap, try not to lose the lead on this hill. But that next hill is going to spawn in that bottom right corner, and dying here might find you coming off spawn in a bad way later on down the line. And they are going to get cleaned up pretty handedly. Precision last alive, trying to make another miracle happen, bouncing around. He's not going to get anything to go. He'll go down and get cleaned up here.
You're going to command the rest of this time, which is about 17 seconds. More than enough to regain the lead. Not a massive lead, but getting yourself a cushion for this next hill rotation where you're already seeing VQ set up on the hill itself, but the spawn point is going to go over to VQ. M-bar as well, as Dyslexic is waiting for it. But with that M-bar being picked up, you got to think on the side of VQ, there's a mismatch there, and they're going to take quick advantage of it, finding a down onto Fearzly, getting that elimination onto Xploidz, and they're trying to hunt down Toti, but that was Precision, binding off more than he could chew. He gets stopped dead in his track. So 3v3 here in just a few seconds. It could be a 4v3 with that spawn point towards the top. As long as the rest of his team starts this push, Fearzly can go ahead and be the cleanup man.
Right now, Fire and Ice has done such a better job of rotating around the map early and getting the spawn points, forcing Vanquish to make these long traverses across the map, making a lot of plays early in these hills to get a lot of these extra points and bring it right back.
And Bar's going to connect. Lexi wasting no time. He's got to start heating up. A little bit of a different match on Control. Different map as well than we did see on District. It was about 154-point victory in favor of VQ in that one, and right now it's about a 5+ point and counting for Fire and Ice. This is to force a map number 5, keeping their tournament and their region's hope alive. This is all for Latin America. Great play by Dyslexic. He throws that flash or the smoke, that way he can get the meat shield and get the frag grenades on his fallen foe.
Beautiful first frag out. He's going to try to continue to hold on to this back ledge. He's going to have a 2-man push up here. Dyslexic needs to throw that second frag and disrupt the placement of these players from Vanquish, but they miss it, and beautiful job. They turn and burn on 4 straight players from Fire and Ice. They're going to have the initial on this hill, and they need to make sure they keep the spawn point. Every single hill up to this point, the spawn point has pretty much been won by Fire and Ice for the next hill, and this should be the first time they actually don't win it. This is Vanquish's chance to get back into it.
Yeah, that was a big denial, because not only did they go ahead and solidify the cushion for that hill, they denied M-bar, they denied frags. I do believe they denied this shock grenade as well, but that's not going to stop Fire and Ice from trying yet again, pushing Precision back, being careful, back A to take out Acells, but 2 players fall, both Fearzly and Xploidz. Dyslexic going down into 2v2, making it 2v1. It's all up to Toti. He gets damage onto Xysho, but they create so much separation. Toti doesn't know who to go for, and he falls in the end. Vanquish trail 10 points, but they have the hill, they have the control, and they're going to gain the lead, but it's just a matter of how big of a lead will they be able to accumulate before Fire and Ice pushes in, trying to disrupt it.
New M-bar coming up. They get the re-pick on it. Xploidz will have it in his hands. They're going to throw these flashes deep. I don't think they have the smokes there at the window, looking for those players trying to bounce back and forth. Their flash does hit the stun. Now everybody's rolling off to the right side. Beautiful back A out by Precision. Up A now. He's going to get down, get taken out, but 2 players from Fire and Ice have already fallen. Now the last 3 players for Vanquish into the area. They're going to start getting these downs, trying to convert these kills. There's 1 more player to go. All 4 cleaned up yet again. That is 3 straight team fights Vanquish has won. And by my count, they've tied it up 6-6 in the team fights on my card. And that is a beautiful set of fights by them. The next hill will be back at the Rose Garden. We have gone through the cycle. We'll be restarting the map back over. Hndles is going to get peppered up, though. He needs to be careful not to get Lancered out from the inside of that Rose Garden. Toti tries to push down on him. Hndles is still marked. This man is highlighted like he was made out of neon lights.
He's not slowing down just yet either. Gets a big down onto Toti. That was damage from the outside in to kind of help that one come through. Staggering out the death, which is important. I do believe they might have the frag grenades as well, unless they use them a little bit too early on the side of VQ. It's actually going to be Acells with those frags. So this is an opportunity. They're already getting that point gained. They know Fire and Ice is going to push in just a short moment, and due to the hop over, the narrow passageways, this is just waiting for Acells to use those frag grenades. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, especially if his teammates can get himself down. First one's going out, creating some separation, unable to get a elimination just yet, but I do believe it might have got some damage, and a second elimination on a down Dyslexic. Back-to-back kills as he finishes off Fearzly, and they're getting control this late in the game. That might have been, what, 3-4 straight team fights in a row at this point, Colin?
That is 4 team fights in a row for Vanquish.
Yikes.
And this is what they needed, though, to get back into this, because Fire and Ice was dominating the respawn. They were dominating the control of the map. Flashes out. Another team fight's going to ensue. Precision is just holding down court at the backside of the Rose Garden. A bunch of big downs and kills come through. 30 seconds left on this map. Xysho is going to try to take cover at that middle cover. He's going to get taken out now as well. But VQ has won the inside of the map, and I believe they got to rotate over early, try to get these kills. But look at the spawn for Fire and Ice out in that mid-neutral spawn where the Cog originally spawns. They get that mid-neutral spawn point. 2 players already mounted up, a third outside. Xysho's down from behind. They're going to have to get a quick pick onto him.
Acells basically started that one off from downtown. The anchor player towards the backside, trying to put out that Lancer fire. He got him slipping. Acells takes him out. Teammates follow up with another one. They attack the spawn point again. They're going to go ahead and take out Xploidz, continue to stagger the deaths. There's 2 players of Fire and Ice. They're trying to catch them off guard, trying to push before the teammates are up, and it might cost them in the end. They're doing a good job of staying alive for now, but the angles are coming through from VQ. There goes 1. There goes 2, as both Toti and Fearzly are going to fall. Number 3 here in just a short moment as Dyslexic goes down as well. 3 straight kills for VQ, and that could be possibly 5 straight team fights. A great defensive effort coming out, and they're going ahead and getting the momentum onto their side. A quick elimination onto Fearzly, and I don't know, he picks up the frags, and that is going to be big for Toti. Fearzly did go down, but now he has the M-bar, he has the frag grenades, and he has the chance. Not the M-bar, that's Acells.
Enemy spotted.
Acells has 2 shots left in this chamber. Last time we saw just 2 shots left in a chamber for somebody on Vanquish. They weren't able to get any kills, but Acells, he's going to wrap up 1, wrap up 2. Going to get flown at by Dyslexic. 4 straight kills. 5 straight. Yeah, 5 straight team fights. My
You're losing
God.
count at this point. You're going to run out of fingers eventually. Thank God you got a pen and paper to keep tallying it up.
I got toes. I can get to 10.
This has been the story of this game. This has been the story of VQ this tournament. Everybody's doing their job, but Acells is going above and beyond what anybody would expect this man to do. He is just on a terror here, and this is what they need. If they take this map, they need this man to continue to put on this type of pressure on their opponents. You didn't see this against Rise, and that's what we were talking about. This man is just above and beyond one of the best players in Gears Esports right now, and he's showing it through and through. 39 seconds left. That's all VQ needs to advance to the grand finals to take on Rise in a much-awaited rematch. Looking to go back-to-back here in matches 1 is Rise in that grand finals, but Precision trying to shut it down. Play defensive. Toti takes that one, and that's an early heal. 70 points up for grabs.
That is unbelievable by the side of Toti. He had to play a little dance of death right there. And they have, without a doubt, won this hill, this initial. This is a great chance for Fire and Ice to fight back into this a little bit. Hndles attacking the top side of the map right now. They're trying to get into this position where they get the spawn point. If they do die off, they need to get 1 or 2 picks to really flip that into their favor, though. See where they are holding down court. Hndles is going to throw a flash to the backside at Precision. I believe 1 player is waiting in the wings for him to make a kind of a misstep, but he's going to move up now. Acells is down. Nobody has picked him or cleaned him up just yet. There he is. He's back in the fight. Toti's gone down inside of the hill. That's a good kill. 30 seconds left on this one. Still have not moved up into the hill just yet. You see all the way outside, wide right. It's going to be Xploidz still answering in. Dyslexic full red down. Now dead. Acells, 20 seconds more. We'll get it to 280 to 220. They will be 17 points away, give or take a few moments, depending upon how much they give up. The next hill, this top mid neutral, if I'm not mistaken, this was the hill that Fire and Ice held for 65 points in this last fight. Acells trades out in the middle. It's going to be a 3v3. Xploidz is going to try to finish that kill off. Beautiful answer fire by Precision. He hits every one of those shots, staying true to his name. Rotating over to the backside of the hill now. He's going to wait for players to come in. This is going to be a good little play by Fire and Ice. Here comes the flash. The frags over the top, deep into the spawn. Lancer fire out. A second one banks back in. Xysho has to be careful not to back into it. He does. Xysho backs into it, but he kills Dyslexic. 3 players from Fire and Ice caught in the back of the T. They got to stay alive here. Hndles and Precision trying to go wide, trying to get the angle. Hndles gets 1. Hndles going for 2. He gets the down. The respawn from Fire and Ice comes up on the right-hand side. Precision. They both get revives, but look at Xysho with the angle. Dyslexic trying to push back against Xysho. 22 seconds to go. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The clock starts to strike midnight as Fire and Ice might turn back into a pumpkin, and they gotta run home because Prince Charming ain't coming to save you this time. Vanquish look to kill off anybody that comes in his hill and wrap up map number 4.
5 seconds left. Fire and Ice is in the hill. They're creating the congestion. A misroll coming out from Acells. Toti goes down. Revives are there, but he doesn't get the revive, but a trade is coming through. They're trying to keep the man advantage. A back A from Acells, but it's a 2v2 for the hill. Both players contesting it. Fire and Ice get the up A. Hndles is out. Dyslexic doing what he can. Xysho takes him out. Dyslexic gets the elimination, but they're fighting tooth and nail. 5 seconds left. He rolls out of the hill. 3 seconds left. Dyslexic goes down. They're still fighting. Toti with the game on his line. He gets the elimination. 3 seconds left. Both of those players are down. 20 possible seconds, but Fearzly does it. He's saving the game right now, keeping this one going, but the rotation is made on the other side of the map. Vanquish, 3 seconds left. They have to be contested. 9 seconds for this rotation to come through from Fire and Ice. If they don't get into position right now, they are throwing this game away. Where are you at, Dyslexic? Why are you across the map?
He's trying to get a flank angle here. He's going to try to come in late with the Lancer fire. Try to get this fight on. 3 seconds left. 1. They get the decap at the last second. It's going to be up to Toti. Stay alive as long as you can. Middle of the map. It doesn't matter. He goes down. That is going to be the win for Vanquish, and we will have the rematch. Vanquish will face Rise in a grand finals best of 9 series.
You gotta give it up to Vanquish in that one. After falling short to Rise, they came back with a vengeance. They knew what they wanted to do against Fire and Ice. They made the proper adjustments. They come out swinging heavy in the first 2 maps. They go ahead and 300 to, I believe, 146, and I do believe possibly a 6-3. Going into map number 3, that's when Fire and Ice had began to show some life. They get the first 2 rounds. They go ahead and trade back and forth from there on out. But it was the tail of the tape. They gained just enough momentum to start off strong in map number 4, but it's an aggressive game type. It's rotations all the way, and it has Vanquish written all over it. And as you can see, Colin raising the American flag. And honestly, the repeat chances are still alive with Vanquish. And I'll say this right now, Colin. If Vanquish even plays a lick, a centimeter, a portion of what we've seen in that losers finals, we'll have a much more entertaining game than we witnessed into that winners finals.
Yeah, we'll probably have a much more entertaining game if Vanquish can continue to play the way that they did. It got a little chilly in here with that thunderstorm outside. I needed something to cover up with.
Just don't get caught outside. Just don't get caught outside after one of these events, man. They are just waiting for you.
I'm not gonna lie to you. My wife had to take this off of a flagpole in the middle of a thunderstorm because I forgot to take it down earlier today. She brought it in. She put it in front of the heater. She let it dry out. She brought it to me mid-match. She said, I know what you're going to do. I know what you want to do. I said, you know what I want to do, baby. You know what I want to do, America. Let's go, baby.
Actually, so Raven, that American flag proud. We have an all-NA grand finals, but This one was tough. Fire and Ice. It was the mid portions of the game. That's when they started consecutively losing those team fights. And once you start to win those team fights on the side of VQ, they're building momentum. They're getting big heads, rightfully so. They earned it. They got the confidence build, and they shut down Fire and Ice every step of the way from the moment that 50% went on and forward. They were the first team that I do believe to kind of eclipse that 200 point mark, and they were the first team to reach 300.
I mean, you cannot lose 6 team fights in a row and expect to win a control map. Fire and Ice battled back. Making no mistake about it. They spent a lot of time in the middle portions of that map fighting back, getting a lot of big kills, getting a lot of big rounds and early rotations to get spawn points. But I'm telling you right now, 6 team fights in a row is too much to overcome for damn near anybody.
Yep, so with that story told, Fire and Ice fall, and that's honestly devastating because the run that they had this event, barring that winner's bracket round number 1 matchup, 3-0 to E United, 3-1 to Rebel, 3-1 to the Pittsburgh Knights. They were almost going on the gauntlet, the revenge tour after that last major, but it's cut short by VQ. During the start of the show, I said I truly believed that we were going to have a repeat champion. I thought it was going to be either E United or VQ coming through. E United was out down and early, so the hopes of that repeat champion lie in the hands of VQ, and I don't think it's going to be easy, Colin. You have an angry, you have a hungry, you have a mean-looking Rise squad waiting in that grand finals, and they have a 1-0 lead.
Rise is going to be sitting pretty, waiting for Vanquish to have to throw their best shot early in this grand finals. Again, I can't say enough about Fire and Ice. They did a fantastic job fighting back each and every step of the way. They had to win that round 9. They do it. They have to fight back. They do it. Every single time Fire and Ice was tested in this tournament, they damn near had an answer for it until that final Regency control. They lose it 300 to 249.